Hey guys, what's up? My name is Prez and welcome to this NHL 18 wish list update video. So now this is a wish list for NHL 18. I took some of your guys' comments from my other NHL 18, my predictions video to be exact. I took some of you guys' suggestions and all that stuff, what they should add to NHL 18. So we got 20 things for NHL 17. What game is this? NHL 18. That's what it is. So what you guys are watching in the background is some actual NHL. I know in the last couple NHL 18 videos, I didn't really show NHL. So here you guys go. Here's some NHL for you. Now, coming in at number 1 is actually very interesting. And I would actually like to see this either in NHL 18 or possibly future NHLs. Is to play in Europe as be a pro. So be a pro in Europe. So you're playing in the European League. You're playing in the KHL. You're playing in the ECHL, I believe, is a European league. Those are the only two leagues I know. KHL is a European league. It's a Russian league. But I don't know. It's ECHL, is European. I have it twice on here, so I'm actually going to remove that. So we have 19 things, actually, to be exact. So having to play in Europe is probably very interesting because they have different size ice in Europe. They play on Olympic size. We just play on regular NHL size. So it'd be very interesting to actually see in the game. And I would actually love to see that. I would love to play in Europe. I would love to make a series of me playing in Europe in Be a Pro. So hopefully they'll have it. I hope they have it in NHL 18. But they probably won't. They'll probably have it in future NHLs. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Now, this is brand new. This is just came to me today, actually. I was watching... so we actually do have 20 things. I was watching the Madden NFL tournament that they're having this weekend as I'm recording this. So they actually showed off. I looked at EA's YouTube channel. And they actually showed a trailer for Madden 18, which is very interesting because there's some stuff in there you guys might see in NHL 18. And you guys wondering how that could be. Like, they're two different games, they're two different sports. But you guys think of this. You guys gotta look at it. Said Frostbite. The whole engine, and for Madden 18 is Frostbite. So my predictions for that NHL 18 will be made in Frostbite like engine. I forgot what I actually named the title, but so yeah, so it could actually be made in NHL 18, which is actually pretty cool. NHL 18 could be made out of the Frostbite engine, which is very interesting. It'll bring more dynamics to the game. It'll bring better cinematics, better celebrations, probably more room to expand and make the game bigger and better for the future. So, actually be very interesting. So, coming at number 3 is new networks like Sportsnet, TSN, and also Winter Classics. Bringing back Winter Classics will be amazing too. Having different networks that you guys can choose from, that you guys want to hear the commentators from, instead of NBC Sports, I believe what it is right now. Eddie Olczyk and Mike Emery. They're great commentators. Don't get me wrong with that. They're great commentators. They're great sports analysts and hockey analysts. But it's getting kind of annoying that we've been listening to them for pretty much almost like 8 years, 7 years, I don't know, 4 years. I don't know how long they actually been on NHL. I just turn them off, or I just tune them out now. Over the years of playing NHL Be a Pro on this channel, I just tune them out, really. So I don't really notice it anymore, but I would love to have different commentators in the game when I'm playing like EA SHL with my friends, or just playing franchise mode by myself, or GM mode, all that stuff. So it would actually be pretty cool to have different networks you can select from in the options. They'll have different like cinematic shots to it, have different replays, it'll have different everything else. It will make the game more interesting. So tell me what you guys think about having new networks in NHL 18. Would you guys like to have that as like an option you go to actually change it? Or do you guys like the Eddie Olczyk and Mike Emery commentators? Let me know in the comments below of your decision there. But coming at number 4 is GM Connected. Now, I believe they had GM Connected in NHL 14. Don't get me wrong. I played NHL 14, but I didn't really play GM Connected at that time. I was mostly doing NHL Be a Pro. But maybe we'll have it back in this year. I think NHL 18 is going to be probably the biggest NHL with the most gameplay features or game types you can actually choose from to actually play the game with your friends or just by yourself. So I think you'll have a lot more game types, as you would say, in the game. Coming at number 5, Coaches Challenges. Now, this will be very interesting. I don't know if people will actually exploit this, but I don't think it should be available in EA SHL or online play. I think it shouldn't be available for the first year that's going to be introduced into the game. I think Coaches Challenges should be only in NHL Be a Pro or GM or just Play Now or anything like that. Any offline game type, I think they should just have Coaches Challenges just offline for the first year, and then in the second year, NHL 19 could possibly bring it into online play and see how players actually use it. Do they abuse it, or do they play by the rules and actually do it right? So if they're going to do it like the NHL does it, where if you lose the Coaches Challenges, you lose your timeout. If you win the Coaches Challenge, you gain a you have your timeout back, or you don't lose your timeout and then you win the call, obviously. But I'd love to see that on like offline play for now, until online, until next year, until they get like really figured out and really get it down pat, the system to analyze everything before they actually do it. Right now, the system is actually pretty good when it comes down to the refs reviewing the calls in EASHL. I think people will abuse it in EASHL. I think people will just abuse it and just overuse it, which would suck for EASHL. But anyways, we're gonna move on to number 6. Is Be a Ref. Now, Be a Ref mode. Now, if this is actually going to happen, it'll probably be the funniest game type you could put into an NHL game. And it'll be very interesting. Another way to experience the game in a different way, in a different matter. What I'm trying to say here is looking through the ref's eyes, looking through the zebra eyes, and seeing what they see, and making your own calls, making your own judgments. And maybe you start off like as just like a normal referee. You work up your way through like college, then you work your way up through the CHL or the OHL, then you work your way up to the AHL, then you work up yourself up to the NHL after so many years into like your reffing. So basically, to build up a reputation, if you're a good ref, you're a bad ref, all that stuff. Maybe you could travel to Europe and referee like KHL games or anything like that, or even coach or even referee Olympic games, which is interesting. So another one is coming at number 7. I believe we're on now. I believe we're on 7 now, or 6. I believe we're on 7 or 6. But I'm not going to count anymore. I'm just going to go continue on because this video is already up to 10 minutes. So this is going to be a long video, so make sure you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy it. But another one is ECHL Be a Pro. So basically, you start off in the ECHL. I'm actually going to look that up right now, what that means. I believe it's a European league. ECHL. ECHL. Okay, it's a mid-level professional ice hockey league based in New Jersey. Okay, so it's not a European. So it's not a European league. I'm sorry. So basically, it's like it's a tier below American Hockey League. So I guess college type of deal. I guess that surrounds college, but it'll be very interesting to see like different if they go with a story, like they did in Madden. Madden, if you actually look at the Madden trailer, Madden 18, they actually have a story going on. They give you a little preview of a story that's that could be going on like FIFA. So we could see that in NHL 18, like a story-based mode, and be a pro, which actually will be awesome, actually. Another one is to fix the Stanley Cup celebrations. Now, we've been having this Stanley Cup celebration for 3-4 years, I believe. It could have been it could be longer, but it's time to change it up. It's time to switch it up. Maybe the way that they can switch it up, if you're on Be a Pro mode and you win the Stanley Cup and you get to raise the Stanley Cup first, like you get the option to pass it on to somebody. You get the privilege to pass it on to your assistant captain or your coach, not your coach, your goalie or anybody on the team. You get to pass it to them. Maybe you get to select that option where you get to pass it to them, and you get to skate around the ice with the Stanley Cup. Now that will be awesome. I think with these new like Xbox Ones coming out and PS4 Pro, I believe they can actually do this now. I believe NHL 17 was the first game they really made for Xbox One. Like they really just put out all their effort for it, and I think NHL 18 will be probably the best NHL on the new generation consoles. Obviously, NHL 19 will be better than NHL 18, but I'm just saying that for now, NHL 18 will be the greatest NHL on the newest generation consoles. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about having NHL back onto PS3 and Xbox 360. They're not going to put it back on the old consoles because Microsoft and PlayStation have stopped making or stopped producing Xbox 360s and PS3s. So it's not physically impossible, but it's impossible for EA won't go back into 360 and PS3 games. I'm sorry to say that if you guys are still on PS3 and Xbox 360, I'm sorry. It sucks that you guys can't afford the new consoles, and it sucks you guys don't get to play the new games. But I don't think they're going to go back. That's a big business decision to actually go back to the older generation consoles. Now they could possibly, it'll be on PS4 and Xbox One guaranteed. They could possibly move it to PC. Now imagine playing NHL 18 on a PC. How would that be? Very interesting. Another way to, I guess, cheaters to go in and all that stuff. But they'll probably have a ban system going in. I think having NHL on a PC will be a long run from now. But they might not have it ever on PC. But everybody could dream. So another thing is make your own goalie mat or make your own goalie helmet. That would actually be very interesting. You see in the NHL tons of goalies having their own custom goalie masks, goalie helmets. You have like John Gibson of the Anaheim Ducks have like the Mighty Ducks logos and like Mighty Ducks all over his helmet. I believe he had Lego too. He had Lego on there, and I believe he had Pac-Man on there on his helmet. Imagine you guys can design your own helmets with your own logos, your own art that you could put on your helmet, and you could play an EA SHL. How would that, like, that would be awesome. And then be a goalie also, they'll have that feature. That would be so awesome. That'd be so, like, I'll play NHL be a goalie just for that reason, where I can just customize my own helmet. And maybe I can get your guys' inputs on design my own helmet and put your guys' ideas into my own goalie helmet, which would actually be amazing. So another mode that they should add to NHL 18 to respect these players and honor these players is to add legends like Gretzky or Howie and St. Louis and like Timo Solani, Paul Kariya, like all these old players and all these amazing legends that have played the game. They should just have them on their old teams, and we could play against each other on those teams with those players. It'd be very interesting. It'd be awesome just to add that feature in. Would be awesome. Or maybe you can like go into Hockey Ultimate Team and you actually pull a Gretzky, or you could pull an or you can get a Howie. Imagine getting one of those cards and having those guys on your team. That'd be amazing. I would love that feature. I'll play Hockey Ultimate Team. I don't play it now because I feel like I'll get addicted to it and actually spend real money on it. That's the reason why I don't play it, because I just feel like I'll just spend way too much money on it. But they had Gretzky or Howie or St. Louis or anybody that everybody loves, the old legends, back on the game. Ray Bourque, amazing goalie. Imagine they had him on there. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing to have all the legends back onto NHL. Now, this is a long stretch. It reaches to having, what did I say before? Having into the game is BRF mode. Now, this is long stretch, just like BRF mode, which will probably never happen, but we all can dream. Driving the Zamboni during periods. Imagine you can hop onto the Zamboni, take a break from the game, either you're on Be a Pro or you're on Just Play Now. You can just jump onto the Zamboni and actually drive around the ice. And maybe in Be a Pro, you get XP for driving the Zamboni, and how good of a job you're doing, you get more XP and all that stuff. So actually be very interesting. It'd be very interesting to see driving a Zamboni during the periods, or between periods, not during periods. During periods, that'd be a bloodbath. But anyways, another thing that they should add to the game, which will be very interesting in honoring Don Cherry himself, is having Coach's Corner in the game. Like, having Coach's Corner in the game will be another dynamic. People will actually go and buy the game and actually spend their money on it, because it's different. It's a new feature. People will spend more. People will buy a game if it has more features than last year's. So, having Coach's Corner in between, like, the second period, and hearing Don Cherry talk about you or talking about your team and how they can actually perform and how they actually can do better and all that stuff, it would be very interesting. It would be very awesome to see Don Cherry in a video game. It would be awesome. Now, this is another long stretch one, just because the relationship between the National Hockey League and the Olympic community, it's a long stretch. But I think EA could pull it off, just buy different licenses for the thing. But I don't think this is actually going to happen. Somebody mentioned this, and actually a couple people actually mentioned this in the comments, where I got some of these ideas from, is adding the Olympics. Add the Olympics to NHL 18 to basically NHL Be a Pro. We could have the opportunity, you have the opportunity to go over and play for your country, either for Europe, Canada, US, or any other country in the Olympics regarding hockey. So it'd be very interesting to see. It probably will never happen because of the relationship between the NHL and the Olympics. So it'll probably never happen, but I would love to see it. So coming in another one, we're coming down to the last like 5 or 6. We're coming down to the last like 5. Just to warn you, yeah, this is like a 20-minute video. I gotta find footage for this video. That's why it's taking a long time to actually record this video and actually edit it, just because all the stuff that I had to put together just to actually make this video actually possible. is to have All-Star Weekend. Now, they do have All-Star Weekend in NHL 17, but you don't get to play in NHL. You don't get to play in All-Star Weekend. So, I wish they added a feature where you can actually sign up for... You can go to the All-Star Weekend for, like, the hardest slap shot, the fastest skater, better saucer pass, or anything like that, and actually play in the All-Star game with your division. So it'll actually be very interesting to see All-Star Weekend in it. So I'm gonna move along a little bit quicker here. But I think they should add this to NHL Be a Pro. I think this was my idea. I think this should add this to NHL Be a Pro to help your character grow, gain more XP instead of like you get the off the ice XP. I don't think you should get that anymore. I think you should still get it. I think you should still get it, but I think you should actually earn it and actually go like actually work out at the gym or train with your teammates on the ice, like practice. Like you're playing a practice, coach is telling you to do a couple drills, you do the drills, you earn some XP for it. I would think it would be very interesting. It will help your player grow up to like the highest level, 99. So I hope your player grow faster. You know, put something into NHL Be a Pro that people are kind of missing from NHL Be a Pro, and that's why the Be a Pro is kind of like falling off. Just being the mode as it is right now. There's really nothing to it. You get drafted to the team, you play for the team, and that's pretty much it. You really don't get anything else in between that. So if they added practices, it will definitely boost NHL Be a Pro, and also playing in Europe too. That'll actually really boost NHL Be a Pro. So it'll be very interesting to see. Now this is kind of personal to me, and I've seen a lot of people like send me like emails and send me personal messages and all that stuff about this, and I see it in the comments of the video that I grabbed some of these from. So improved AI. People want more improved AI. Now there's a couple ways to actually improve the AI in NHL 17. Either put it on hot. I'll show you guys. I'll actually show you a video where you can actually improve the AI in NHL 17, and I'm gonna put that in a later video. So I don't want this video to stretch right on to like 30 minutes. So we're gonna move on. Glass breaking. Glass breaking is probably very simple to put in. Probably not, because probably with a frostbite engine it's probably a little bit easier than usual. But breaking glass, so this usually does not happen in NHL because there's no glass. It's not even glass. It's plastic. It's plastic what you guys are looking through when you guys are at the arena watching the game. It's not glass at all. It's plastic. So it's really, really clear plastic that you guys are looking through. So it's not glass. So it doesn't break. Too. It just splits and it just falls. It doesn't break like glass like we had like years ago in the NHL when they got rid of glass and they put this stuff in. So I don't think they should add, like, it would be really cool to add it just as like a boost to your team's morale, to actually put somebody into the stands. It'd be very interesting. I haven't seen too many hits into the boards either, like players going into the benches. So it'd be very interesting to see the glass breaking or a plastic breaking. So it'd be very interesting to see that. But another thing is 3-on-3 online versus. So NHL is really pushing 3-on-3 this year. They really pushed it this year. It was all season long. It's not in the playoffs to make it fair, which is really good. But 3-on-3 online versus will be very interesting. So you get 3 of your friends. You play against 3 other people. Like you could do that in EA SHL, but you do have other players on the ice. So minus those players, it could be very interesting. It'd be very, very, very interesting to see that. So another this is a really big feature that they should add. More in-depth, like coming out of the dressing room and warm up. So what I'm thinking with this idea is the more cinematics of your guy walking out of the dressing room, or you guys are in the dressing room, you're getting changed, the camera's on you, like you see sometimes in the NHL where like they cut to like the players' locker room and you can see them getting dressed, putting their shoulder pads on, put their jerseys on, all that stuff, putting their elbow pads on, helmet, all that. I think they should add that into NHL 18. And also, coming out of the dressing room, it would be very interesting to see your player come out of the dressing room. The camera's behind you. It's all dramatic, flashing lights in front of you. It would look really cool. And also warm-ups. This would be very interesting to add to NHL. To actually go on the ice, like NHL Be a Pro, and actually warm up. And actually shoot on your goalie and warm him up. And then go back and then come on and then hear the national anthems and standing there and all that stuff. Adding more dramatic or more in-depth stuff into NHL 18 would be very interesting. Now, that's all I have for you guys. If you guys want to add more stuff to this list, I'll leave a link. I'll leave the whole list in the description below with some of the stuff that I actually didn't really mention in this video because I don't want this video to be too long. It's already almost 30 minutes long anyways, but I'll leave a full list. There's a lot of there's 20 things in here, or 22 things, or 21 things in here. So if you guys want me to add more stuff to this list, let me know in the comments below, and I'll add more stuff to this list. I'll make a separate video on those items, and I'll add them to this list, and I'll update them as we go. So if you guys want to see more NHL 17, or you guys want to hear more about NHL 17, let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't, so you guys can get the latest NHL 18 news. But my name is Prez, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.